Yo, what is the deal, everybody? What is the deal? Welcome to another Raider Nation Unlimited. I'm Man Wasted Talent. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody on Twitter. Get wasted with your brother Wasted. Share this thing out to all social media. Share this thing out to all social media, y'all. What is the deal, man? And, before we get to start cooking, I got to let you guys know that this stream is powered by BetUS. Get 150% bonus on your first deposit, and then get 125% bonus on your next two deposits up to $2,000 using YouTube code 150. This stream and all of our streams are powered by BetUS. And tell them the great and powerful Wasted Talent sent you. Make sure you guys go on over there, man. You guys get all kinds of support, 24/7 support. There's none better and none greater than BetUS. And this stream is powered by BetUS. Guys, listen, man. Really quickly, I had to get that out of the way. But let's get into something that's way more important, right? Life is something that is precious, right? And life is something that we take for granted. The people in our lives, sometimes we take for granted, right? We always think that there's always going to be a tomorrow. We always think that it's always going to be a time for us to reach out to the ones that we love, right? Sometimes there is no tomorrow. And the human condition, right? I want to give my heartfelt condolences to Stu Schweiger's mom. Stu's mom passed away. He put it out on social media. I reached out to Stu. I don't want to bother him too much, but Stu is one of my partners when it comes to all of this. He's a great friend, and it was just on my heart. Right before I started the show, Graf told me, what was going on and everything. And right before I started the show, I went on Instagram and I saw the pictures that Stu put up with his mom and his dad and his family. And it really shook me. You know what I'm saying? Prayers to him, and prayers to his family. We love you, Stu. I hope that, you hear this. And, it just was on my heart, man. Once Graf told me that, when I saw it, I haven't had a chance to talk to my bro, you know what I'm saying? But, it made me call my mother, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm very fortunate to still have my mom, and man, my heart goes out to my brother, man, for real. So, rest in peace. And I want to give her, I've never had the pleasure of meeting her or anything, but I do know Stu, and that is my guy. And we got a lot of love for him over here. I want to give her her rights, her respect, and give her a moment of silence, if you guys don't mind. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. So, guys, listen. Started to show off on a real level, because nothing supersedes that. And you know, I'm gonna put it to you like this, y'all. Look, let's take our mind off of the sad stuff. We are going to come on over here and we're going to talk about ball. We're going to have a good time. We're going to send our prayers out to our brothers. I heard that was a death down over that at Chat Sports as well, as somebody I'm not familiar with, but rest in peace to that cat as well, you know. But let's gather around the fire, y'all. Let's start it off, right? So today, there's a lot going on in Raider Nation, man. There's a feeling around the nation that, to me, is something that I haven't felt in a long time, man. It's an energy. You know what the energy around the nation is, y'all? The energy around the nation is competence. I mean, all and out competence. Shout out to my brother Graphic Raiders in a place to be. Shout out to my dog, man. Rest Raider in peace, Mama Swag. That's what it is, man. But yo, just like I said, there is a feeling of competence around the Raiders. I mean, it feels like the inmates are no longer running the asylum here. It feels like we're building towards something positive, don't it? Man, I love what I heard from John Spytek. I love what I heard from Pete Carroll. I look, I want to pinch myself because almost everything that I've heard is something that I have been wanting to hear. So let's get into it. Let's get into it, man. Now, we're going to get into Pete Carroll first, right? Look, you know, the GM coach, I want to talk about old man Pete. The Raiders are in full force at the NFL Combine. The Combine starts Thursday. Everybody's out there, interviews going on. But Pete Carroll touched on a lot of different things. He touched on the fact that, you know, Tom Brady is an integral part of what's going on, and they talk every day. He's actively involved in what's going on with the team. This is not a fleeting kind of partnership. He's actively involved. I love that, right? They talked about him and John Spytek having a collaborative process. And he said, yes, we're going to collaborate. We're going to do this thing together. It hasn't been any different in the last 20 years from what I've been doing. To me, I'm using everybody that is around me. They're using me in every way that we possibly can. And we're going to work out our decisions. And that's to draw the best that we have to offer. He said, and that means sometimes you got to discuss things, you know, for a long time. I'm not going to read exactly what he said because I don't want to pause early in the show. This is a serious show here, man. But you have to know when not to discuss things too long. He says, John, being a first time doing this job in particular, he doesn't come across like he's never done this before. He comes across like he's been around. Now, see, that's big right there. See, the one thing about this marriage, and this is just for me, right? I'm gonna stop from quoting Pete Carroll right now. That the only concern I had was Spytek in a sense. You know, I would look, to me, Spytek was the belle of the bull of the woods when it comes to GM candidates, but he is a rookie GM, right? I am glad to see that greenish hue is not on John Spytek. But Pete Carroll's even said he has an idea of what he's all about, and you can trust he'll be fully prepared, ready, and balanced when it comes to making choices and decisions that he makes. So basically, John Spytek is looking like as advertised, because if anybody knows about, you know, the marriage between head coach and GM, it's Pete Carroll. Now, he was asked about the offense, right? And, you know, they asked him, they said, hey, Pete, you know, you're known for prolific offenses, and a lot of people don't know the commitment you have. You know, they don't know about the commitment you have to running the football. You know, will you talk about running the football and how it's important to you. And he says, you know, to me, we get misled by star power so many different ways, the flashy stuff. But in reality, the game has to be played from some fundamental approaches and aspects of it. He goes, whereas the quarterback position gains all the attention, and the quarterback can only be as effective as they're able to be. It takes a combination of elements to make up and support the quarterback. Running game is a huge element of that. Not so that you could just run the football. It isn't just like 3 yards in a cloud of dust. That isn't what we're talking about. You have to be able to run the football so that you can control every aspect of your game. Take care of the football so that your quarterback isn't under rest and he doesn't have an issue. So look, let's dive into that. To me, that sounds like Pete Carroll is going to run a balanced attack. It sounds like the guy knows what the hell he's doing. And it sounds like, to me, it's everything that I knew Pete Carroll was going to bring to the table. So now you're going to look at this from the perspective of, you know, the Raiders are going to go big in the running game. You know, the Raiders are going to go big solidifying that offensive line. Now, the thing, when you start talking about solidifying the offensive line, they talked to John Spytek about that earlier. But let me get into the chat with some of y'all. Get wasted with your brother Wasted. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Yo, we got a member of the Wasted Talent Army at ease, soldiers. My brother Hot One Records just became a member of the Wasted Talent Army. It's growing by droves. It is almost 15,000 members of the Wasted Talent Army. Salute. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to my guy Randall Cardle, Jeffrey, Raiders Fool Chris, my dog. Erica High Stakes Ramos. Yo, I hope to see you in Dallas for the draft. Me too, Erica. Me too. Shout out to Erica, man. Yo, Wasted. Back with some more fire content. You already know, Raider Chris Fool. The Fool Chris, you already know. So we're going to get back into some of this, man. Unceremoniously blocked. Wants to be blocked. Oh, man. I see, man. I see you got the little avatar of me. I see the nonsense, man. I am not going to let you derail the show. There's 400 people watching right now. They feel the positivity. They feel the energy flowing through Raider Nation. I am not going to let your nonsense come up in here and ruin this show. Unceremoniously blocked. F up out of here. The F is wrong with you. Everything was going fine until you come up here with your crap. Let me tell you something. Raider Reaper, yeah, this is what you just walked into. I am tired of your nonsense, unceremoniously blocked. Don't you come in here with your nonsense. We're going to get back to this Raider stuff. Rorschach Raider, you better let them know. CGR, let me tell you something. If unceremoniously blocked starts with this crap again, I want you guys to get him the F up out of here. Get him the F up out of here when he starts with that nonsense. Some parody accounts about Wasted. The F is wrong with you. Thank you, CJR. That's if he starts with his crap. Do your job, guys. Get him up out of here. He starts with his nonsense. So, guys, look. Let's get back into the Pete Carroll stuff. Let's get back into the Pete Carroll stuff, man. They also talked about him putting his coaching staff together, man. And the fact that it was very important for him to bring back Patrick Graham. You know, we're not going to keep belaboring the point here, man. But the one thing I wanted to get on about the interview with Pete Carroll that I got, and this is not just from his presser. You know, this right here is an interview that he had from, you know, I think Hondo was asking him some of these questions. I could be wrong, right? But there was something that I got very, very interesting out of this. He was asked, you played Matthew Stafford an awful lot of your career. Obviously, the Rams have made him available to other teams. Would you guys do your due diligence, make a phone call, look at avenues to find a quarterback, including Matthew Stafford? Coach Carroll said he's already on the team. I'm sure John Spytek probably said something about it. We're not talking about guys on other clubs, but the quarterback position is going to highly be contested. And if you look back at when we started at Seattle and how we built the competition to find a proper guy that would take over the job, That was a very intricate and elaborate process. And then you saw Russell Wilson won the competition. Was it because it was because it was a wide open competition that was very well designed and organized, and it worked out fine. So however this goes, our guys are going to take a shot at it. And we've got a lot of guys on this roster right now that are fighting their tails off to see if they could win the position. And we're going to give them a chance. So look, Pete Carroll saying the politically correct thing, that means that he's going out there. And John Spytek kind of hinted at what they're going to do in offseason moves, right? Now, John Spytek also was up there at the presser today. And, you know, he hinted at adding multiple quarterbacks, right? So they asked him, what are the Raiders going to do? A quarterback? Today, John Spytek said, any avenue we can find a quarterback, we're going to explore it. He said, we're going to try to find as many guys as we can to load up the room. Now, that statement, to me, I mean, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. I keep doing all of these shorts on my channel, right? Now, you guys, for everybody from Zach Wilson to Shedeur Sanders to everybody is available, right? I'm going to tell y'all something, man. This is what I've been praying for. Not just keying in and locking in on one particular guy. I love it. I love it. That right there sounds like they might move up. That sounds like they could bring in a vet. That sounds like they're gonna leave no stone unturned here. So when you keep hearing all of these rumors, there are a lot of people that are saying clickbait, 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 right? But I'm gonna be quite honest with you. There are some of these quarterbacks I hear some reports about. We'll get into it a little later in the show. That to me, I don't think they're gonna bring it. But I think some of the rumors that we're hearing about them possibly moving up, some of the rumors of them having us attached to guys like Matthew Stafford, guys having us attached to Aaron Rodgers, guys having us attached to Justin Fields. I think all of these rumors are viable. I think the Raiders are going to leave no stone unturned, man. My guy, LV Maximus, is in a place, man. Thank you, LV. Appreciate you, man. You know, I am a connoisseur of coffee cups as well, man. Yeah, bro. Hey, yes, LV. Look, you know, at our age, bro, you know, you can't really do I can't do the pre-workout stuff, LV. I drink coffee, brother. I do the coffee thing. We have a 500 in the room, man. Get wasted with your brother wasted. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share this thing out to all social media. We got almost 500. We got 500 in the room now. But John Spytek hinted towards that. I mean, so what do you guys think, man? What do you guys think about Spytek? Now, we're going to get into a little bit of the press conference. I'm not going to bore you guys reading articles and all of that stuff. We're going to really get into what we think about this, what I think about this. We're going to get into the nuts and bolts of what's going on, man. Now, there's been a rumor that the Raiders are going to move up in the draft, right? And some people have said the quiet thing out loud. They've said the thing that we haven't heard this whole time, that the Raiders have long been linked to Shedeur Sanders, but they prefer Miami's Cam Ward. Now, look, I don't know how viable this is. It appears it may be the case per Tony Pauline of Sportskeeda. You know, I'll be honest with you. I've never really heard much of this Tony Pauline. I don't know where he's getting this information from. I don't know if it's smoke and mirrors. But look, this is the combine. This is pre-draft. This is pre-free agency. This is Lions season right now, right? But they say that the Raiders are believed to be one of the teams that will make an attempt to trade up for the Miami signal caller. The overall belief from the people in the league is that the Las Vegas Raiders will be one of the teams actively attempting to trade up in hopes of selecting quarterback Pauline wrote. The team needs a quarterback. Now, this is the problem, right? And it's funny, man. It's funny. A lot of people get into content creators, right? Or people that have podcasts about clickbait. But nobody ever holds some of these fly-by-night writers for their clickbait crap. Nobody ever does. And I wonder why. Like where did this man get this from? The feeling around the league? Who? From who? What feeling? That's what you talking about. What feeling? Now, let me get done reading this, man. The overall belief around the league is that the Raiders will be one of the teams with hopes of selecting Cam Ward, Pauline wrote. The team needs a quarterback and wanted to move up for Jaden Daniels 1 year ago. Thought it was a completely different regime running the show, though it was a completely different regime running the show. And that's so how do you ascertain that, right? Pauline goes on to say that if they can't move up for Ward, who was widely considered the best quarterback in this year's draft class, the Raiders could opt for Sanders, who may very well fall in their lap at number 6. There are some who believe that if they can't make the trade for Ward, there's a reasonable chance that the Colorado quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, could fall into their lap at 6, Pauline said. Seeing how the Raiders are connected to a trade up for Ward and not Sanders, it would appear the Miami product is their preference, Pauline notes. The biggest knock on Sanders currently is that he didn't show improvement in his game in 2024 like Cam Ward did. And teams have spoken with him about their concerns about Sanders, showing no real progress in his game last season, unlike Ward. Look, this is the thing about Cam Ward. Now, Cam Ward went to a situation in Miami where the cupboards were loaded. You know, he changed his surroundings. A lot of people forget that Cam Ward was at Washington State. I think a lot of the improvement that you see is the fact that Cam Ward was around a lot better players down in Miami, right? And the Hurricanes didn't play the most challenging schedule this year either, right? Now, that's not for me to crap all on Cam Ward, but that, to me, that's kind of low-hanging fruit right there to say that Shedeur didn't make any improvement. You know, what didn't improve around Shedeur was the fact that you got Deion Sanders and his sons going to Colorado and bringing a knife to a gunfight. They have to improve that roster in a real way. See, the thing about college football and NIL, you could turn things around, but you have some blue blood programs that have recruit after recruit after recruit after recruit. These guys are sitting there waiting to be great. Where you got a situation with Colorado where they have the skill position guys, but they didn't have the big Jessies up front. They didn't have the thick frames up front. That's a lot of the problem with a lot of these guys, man. That is a lot of the problem. Now, listen, there are rumors about us moving up to go get Cam Ward. There are also rumors about the Raiders being attached to Matthew Stafford. Now, we've been talking about this all week, and I really don't want to belabor the point too much, guys, but I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'm for it if it doesn't cost the Raiders $50 million. Now, there are rumors out there that Matthew Stafford says that he will retire if he doesn't get his number. This is what Matthew Stafford's saying. And to me, that mentality to me is something that I don't know how I feel about. Now, I know you got to get your worth, right? But retiring because you don't get $50 million is a little crazy. It is a little crazy. $50 million effing dollars. So, you know, you want the Raiders to go and invest almost a quarter of their cap into one player when we're trying to build something. This is the reason why, and a lot of people call me crazy, and I've been talking about this for the longest. I am on board with the Raiders taking a flyer on Aaron Rodgers. I really am. I really am. I'm out on Sam Darnold. I personally don't want Sam Darnold, not for that price. I would have liked to get Sam Darnold last year. I hear people connecting every quarterback known to man to the Raiders. They're connecting Russell Wilson to us. They're connecting, Stafford. They're connecting Kirk Cousins. They're connecting everybody. Listen, to me, it starts and begins with Aaron Rodgers, right? Because I think Aaron Rodgers puts the Raiders in a situation where they can go out there and just take BPA. They can go out there and they can get a developmental guy like a Will Howard. They can go out there and they can put a kid on the bench and have a clear succession plan. I have no freaking problem with that, man. I like the. Everybody says no. Why? Todd, why? Look. I need for you guys to explain to me, after we've had Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell and Jimmy Garoppolo at our quarterback, why would you not even consider bringing in a guy that will not cost you a whole lot of money, that you don't have to trade for, that is going to walk out of the building in a year or two, right? Now, would I prefer Matthew Stafford? Yeah, but this is the thing with Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford coming to the Raiders, there has to be something worked out where the Raiders don't pay the complete freight for Matthew Stafford. Like, for real. Like, because the guy is 30 set. Now, will he be effectively the second best quarterback in our division from day one? Yes. 100%. To me, I'm not going to put Herbert over Matthew Stafford, even though he has more talent at this point in his career and he's younger. I'm not going to put Sherbert over him. Sherbert's done nothing. I'm not doing it. And I'm definitely not putting a young Bo Nix over Matthew Stafford at this point, right? So I got to ask myself. I got to ask myself, right? What would it cost for me to go get him? Now, you got some people that say I'd rather have Russell, and that sounds cute, right? But I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Not at all. Not one effing bit. My guy, Ron Matador. Rodgers 100% bought out in terms of being a team guy. Dangerous with a young team, and the antithesis of the cornerstone player is about Maxx. Guys, I think there's a lot of misconceptions about Aaron Rodgers. I am no Aaron Rodgers apologist by any means, right? But I think you guys are allowing the media to poison the waters about who Aaron Rodgers is. Is Aaron Rodgers a unique figure and a unique guy? Yes. Very unique guy. Different kind of guy, right? But if I'm being honest, what has he ever done to make you feel that he's a bad teammate? Well, he's widely respected around the National Football League. Why people like Aaron Rodgers, love Aaron Rodgers as a player and as a leader. What makes him such a bad guy? Now, hold up. My guy Ty Davis says, yo, he's weird, bro. Okay. All right. So what? The one thing Aaron Rodgers doesn't have that Matthew Stafford has is an annoying-ass wife who goes on podcasts and talks football business, right, about the organization. So that's one strike against Stafford. And two, he doesn't come with a huge price tag and an old age to back it up. I mean, listen, Ty Davis, this has nothing to do with football. And you, Ty, what the F are you got going on here, man? Ty, what the F is going on with this crap?
Shut your lame ass up, nigga.
Get the F out of here with that crap, Ty. Talk about he sits in caves. What the F is wrong with you? That is not a reason to not like Aaron Rodgers. Ron Matador. Call guys out for not being 100%. Did skip camp to go to Egypt on a drug excursion. Where are you getting that from, Ron? You wash your mouth out with soap. The F out of here with that crap. What's wrong with you guys, man? No, I got my coffee. Yo, on ceremony, but I'm drinking my coffee right after now. So wait, I'm just asking, bro. What has Aaron Rodgers done that's so bad? Talking about Egypt. That's what I'm talking. Like, bro, what are y'all talking about? Now, see, now y'all are making shit up now. You tell me what is so bad about Aaron Rodgers. Seriously. Bro, I love the fact that he's got an ego. I love it. I love it. I want my quarterback to have some swagger. The F is wrong with you. I don't get what's wrong with you guys. Let me get to some of these supers, man. Yo, my guy, fuck you. What's up, OG? Shout out to you with the $2 smackaroonie, bro. F. Bradford retired. What are you talking about? Yo, what the F are you talking about? Bro, I don't know what the F. What do you mean, F. Bradford? What are you talking about? You talking about Sam Bradford? The F are you talking about?
What's the tutorial that says you know what the fuck you doing?
What are you talking about? My guy, John Rodriguez, with the $5 smackaroonie. I'd rather have Fields over Bradford, Rodgers, and Wilson. They're old, cancer the team, locker room, injury prone. Bro, look. Guys, Matthew Stafford, and I think you guys are talking about Matthew Stafford, right? Not Sam Bradford. Matthew Stafford is not a cancer to a locker room, bro. By no means. Aaron Rodgers isn't either. Like, I think because people in the media don't like Aaron Rodgers, you know, there was that stuff about when, you know, the shot was going around during, you know, the time when we had the pandemic and, you know, he didn't want to get it. Yo, salute to him for standing his ground. I don't know where Aaron Rodgers is this big locker room cancer. That to me, that's low key, high key. That's kind of bullshit. And at the end of the day, I see people so adamant against us bringing in good players. Like, has your Raider PTSD warped your perception, ladies and gentlemen? Has it warped your perception? So you don't want to force, you would rather, you guys are the same people who would rather go and bring in, you know, Aiden O'Connell and rock out with a guy who's never shown on any level that he can get it done. On any level. Like, Aaron Rodgers is an old man with the New York Jets, threw for 3,000 yards, 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, right? This is him at his baseline level, not getting protected. I mean, we do know this, right? Do we know this, guys? You guys are right. Like, I don't understand that. You guys are right starting Aiden high-stakes O'Connell over Aaron freaking Rodgers. Over Aaron Rodgers? Troy. Yo, Troy Romero. Troy, one of my first moderators. Troy. I need some help with this, bro. Troy, please. Somebody tell me why Aaron Rodgers is a bum, but you guys were okay starting Aiden O'Connell. Y'all got to tell me that. Thank you, CJ. You tell him I am never wrong. Because even when I'm wrong, I'm right. Get F up out of here with y'all crap. But look, guys, please, because somebody please, before I move on here, guys, explain to me how Aaron Rodgers is not a better option than Aiden O'Connell or Justin Fields, who can't hit the broadside of the Atlantic Ocean. Like, look, bro, Aiden O'Connell might not ever get as high as he fell. He might not ever be anywhere near where Rodgers is now. I mean, I don't get it. And listen, my guy, yo, Roshak Raider, let me read this. Aaron Rodgers is a way better QB than what we have in the building. And remember, Coach Pete, TB12 can handle it. Waste it. Think it's time to get on your soapbox. And I'm on it. Roshak, I am on it. Thank you for the $10 holler. Oh, my God. So you guys are telling me a Hall of Famer is worse than having a never was-er. I mean, come on. Wait, hold on. Rodgers win us games, but lead a diva Tay out of Las Vegas. Bro, I'll be honest with you. I think that marriage is over, right? But if they were to bring Tay back, I wouldn't give a shit. As long as he shuts up and he has somebody that throws him the ball. Bro, I'm just to the point now where I'm going to be real with you. I'm taking my emotions out of this shit. Our timeline is short. This is the thing. And I know I've been beating this dead horse for the last week or two since all of this stuff start coming out. But I think it's important to keep circling back to this. I think it's important to try to shape the perception of our fan base in a sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be honest with you. LV Maximus is in here. my father extraordinaire, LV Maximus. LV Maximus. I'm calling all of my fathers to the head of the table. Ben Bad. LV Maximus. Yo, my guy, Troy Romero. I need for y'all to explain to me the mindset behind people who don't want a guy who's won 4 MVPs. 4, not 1, 4 MVPs. Well, guys will rather take a flyer on guys like Russell Wilson, right? Who last year I suggested we get on the cheap, and people said no. Last year I said go get Sam Darnold before he even made a dime in this league. Everybody said no. Now we're in a situation where the metric has changed for the Raiders. I don't think that the Raiders are just building for the future. I don't think this is a situation where, you know, when you had Josh McDaniels, right? Josh McDaniels, in our mind's eye, we thought that Josh McDaniels was going to be here for the next few years, and he was building something. See, this is the difference with Pete. I think Pete is trying to build this to a certain level, possibly win a Super Bowl, and if not, leaving us in a way, way better place than we were. But he is doing it in a way where he's in win now mode because he does not have 10 years to coach. And look, this is the thing. They said Sam Darnold would have never done that with us. And that's fair. That's a fair assessment because Kevin O'Connell's one of the best play callers. But the thing about Sam Darnold, if you had signed Sam Darnold up or Baker up when they were available, maybe Cliff Kingsbury stays. Maybe you do get that kind of production out of him because you might not have Justin Jefferson, but you signed Sam Darnold. You could have maybe kept Josh Jacobs. You could have maybe kept Devontae Adams. You could have had Jacoby Myers here. You could have gone out there and drafted Brock Bowers. Now, what does that look like? If it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. I don't like to go back and talk about, you know, what could have happened, right? But I'm just asking you guys. Now, my guy LV Maximus gave me the great answer, the greatest answer in YouTube history. Guys play too much Madden. You guys don't understand greatness. Greatness and genius is not common, bro. Greatness is not common. And I bet you guys knew that this stream is powered by BetUS. Oh, get 150% bonus on your first deposit. Then get 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits up to $2,000 using YouTube code 150. There is none better and none greater than BetUS. And I bet you didn't know that you get 24/7 support, 365 days a year, the fastest payouts in the industry. Man, what the F are you waiting for? Going over to BetUS, and you tell them the great and powerful wasted talent sent you. The F up out of here. Go get all your gambling over there. My guy, Rorschach Raider. Some in here want nobody did number one. And bro, look, I'm just a little confused here, bro. And I know I'm derailing the show, and I don't care. I'm confused. I bring up draft of Shedeur. You guys say you don't want him. You guys say that Cam Ward is no good. You guys say you don't want Aaron Rodgers. Then you guys say you don't want Matthew Stafford. Then you got I don't understand, bro. I don't get it. Do you guys think that a quarterback is gonna come down from Mount Olympus and grace us with his presence and just automatically become Patrick Mahomes? Like, I need to know. The F is wrong with you guys. John Rodriguez with a $5 smackaroni. Okay, if Carroll wants to bring in Rodgers and Tay back, then bring him back at the veteran minimum. See, playing Madden again. Yo, they don't have to play for veteran minimum, bro. It's a business, right? You don't have to pay him $50 million. there is a market value for guys like that. You gotta freaking pay him veteran minimum. Why? It's not your money. As long as they're able to fill his roster out and go out there and bring back some of the most important pieces to our roster. And that brings me to the next thing I want to talk about. The Raiders GM today, John Spytek, and this is one of the great things that came out of the presser, makes a strong statement on Maxx Crosby, right? So, guys, look, you guys have heard this before, right? For a season, Maxx Crosby's name's been floating around, about trading him. He has no guarantee money. We know the story. We've gone at this ad nauseum. I am not going to bore you with the details, right? Now, we're bringing in Pete Carroll, John Spytek, and we kind of want to know and check the temperature. Now, I think a lot of Raider Nation is concerned about this, right? Because it's not done yet. And it's reminiscent of when John Gruden came. And we've had a lot of weird things happen in this organization as it pertains to some of our best players and our great players, right? And we're wondering what the hell is going on. Now, Maxx Crosby is one of the handful of best defensive players in this league, man. And we know that the lack of winning is weighing on him. The state of the franchise has been poor at best over the last few years, right? And people think that he might seek a trade. And that hasn't happened yet. But now, 2025, people think that he's thinking about it. But I'm going to be honest with you, man. Maxx Crosby and John Spytek addressed it at the combine, and I quote, he goes, "I don't want to make any predictions or speak too much about that. I just want to say I have immense respect for Maxx Crosby." He said, "No one. Number one, I'm saying no one. I'm sorry, guys. Number one, the way he plays the game, the passion with he plays the game. This is what Pete and I talk about. We want to be that's what a Raider looks like. He is a great shining example of that. He is also really skilled and a talented player on top of that. So I envision Max being a Raider for a long time here. And I think that's what he wants too. We'll go forward from there." So, look, everybody's on the same sheet of music. Unless Max is talking out of the side of his neck, everybody's on the same sheet of music here. They want to get this guy signed. I know a lot of you guys are like, man, we're sick of talking about this shit. But to be honest with you, to me, GM, coach, sure the owner's on board, and Max is on board. This will get done. A lot of people think that Maxx Crosby will get $96 million. He's going to get a crazy contract, man. And I'm glad, and I'm hoping that they get it squared away. Yeah, man. But, like I said, Red Nation definitely is never, never, never satisfied. My guy, John Rodriguez, sorry, Racer, never played Madden. I was a Donkey Kong, man. Oh, get that F up out of here, man. You don't know what the F you're missing, man. You don't know what you're missing. You need to go get you some Madden, man. The F is wrong with you. My guy, Devin Smith, build this shit up the way the Warriors built their championship. Bro, look, this is not basketball. And a lot of people say that. This ain't basketball, bro. This ain't basketball. It's cool. You might draft guys, whatever. You can draft your guys, right? But when you have a chance to take a swing at a quarterback and it lines up, it's not just the fact that they're available. It lines up in a way where you can go get that quarterback, bring him in, pay some of the pieces around you, protect that quarterback, give him weapons, and now you're off to the races. See, the thing is I don't want the Raiders to be in the situation where you have a peanut butter, no jelly situation, a ham, no burger situation. And that happens to us a lot, right? I don't want all of the resources being sunk into an older player. That's what I don't want. I also don't want our resources being sunk into a young, unproven player in Sam Darnold. Now, Sam Darnold is a guy who has played terrific last season. But if I'm being honest, I need to see him do it again. I ain't giving him that money right now because it'll be just the Raiders' luck. It'll be just our luck. He gets paid off of us, and he gets the Las Vegas Raiders scholarship. Hell no. I'm not giving him that kind of money. I am not giving Sam Darnold. And that is the reason why I am doubling down on getting some of these older, more established quarterbacks. I'm doubling down on it. My God, Raider Rash with the $5 smackaroonie. Keep in mind, Rich Gannon was 37 and won MVP for us in 2002. Yes, some of y'all are worried about Stafford's age. Stop it. Also, every elite QB has an ego. That's what I'm talking about. You guys keep talking about people having an ego, right? Let me say something to you guys. I know you guys have some of you guys have doubled down on the all shucks nonsense of the previous quarterback that we had here at DC. You've doubled down on that. You think he don't have an ego. He's just a great guy. He says all the right things to the media, right? Let me tell you something. DC got an ego. Let me tell you something. He wanted to get paid. He wanted to get paid. He got paid. That's why he's not here. He got paid. I want a quarterback that has an ego. I want a quarterback that when he walks in the room, he demands respect. He gets respect. He deserves respect. He plays up to a certain level, and he can make the team believe. He can make everyone move with him. This is what I want. I need a quarterback that has an ego. People get mad about Shedeur Sanders. Oh, that looked crazy right there, too. That was crazy. Chill. I got to chill with that. Him, the watch shaking crap. But I love the fact that Shedeur Sanders is a cocky bastard. I love it. Hopefully he can back it up. My guy Daniel M., he goes, I'm not mad. He said, I retire if you don't pay me. Shit. Try that at work if I could. Yeah, man. Listen, if you got the hammer and the nail, use it. But this is the way I look at it. Somebody got to pay Matthew Stafford, right? Hopefully it's not completely the Raiders. If he wants the Raiders to pay him $50 million, then Matthew Stafford can go on down the street. I'm gonna be honest with you. Go get Aaron Rodgers. Go get A-Rod. But, yo, he can take that approach if he wants to, bro. The thing is that you know your leverage is if you're gonna back up your word. I think he got too much left in the tank. I do. I don't think. I mean, bro. So that means if you pay me $40 million as opposed to 50, I'm gonna retire. So now it's nothing. That doesn't make any sense. I think that's his wife talking, man. Be honest with you. Wasted. Do you think Stafford will get us to the playoffs last Super Bowl? If not, he'll be overpaid. I think the basement is a playoffs. Because, see, a lot of times when you talk about what the best team is, it is a coach and quarterback combination. So, you know, at that point, you have a great coach, have a great quarterback. Now, see, the thing that is not being said, and this is the reason why you got to watch how you're paying Stafford, the way you paying him, and the structure of that. Because like LV Maximus said, thick frames win championships. It's thick frame nation here if you guys don't remember. It's always been thick frame nation. We've never gotten away from that. We need to address things up front, bro. If you're protecting Stafford, he has weapons. You got Pete Carroll as your coach. You're damn right you're going to the playoffs. Next year, you'll go to the playoffs. 100%. My guy, Alpha and Omega. Pride cometh before the fall. Shedeur will be humble without his pops by his side and have to be developed to be better. But, bro, let me ask you a question. Now, I want to get away from the quarterback shit because we've been beating that to death. We've beaten the stuffing out of the quarterback position. What makes you think that Shedeur needs to be humble? Why? Why? I'm just asking. Why? Why does he need to be humble? Why can't he be confident? Why you got to tuck his tail and run? Why? Why can't he talk his shit? Rumble, young man, rumble is what the F I say. I don't understand why all of a sudden it's everybody's concerted effort to humble Shedeur. Like, why? Why? Nobody says the humble Cam Ward. Cam Ward's a cocky bastard too. All these dudes are. Jackson Dart's cocky. I don't want my quarterback that don't have a certain swagger to him, man. The F is wrong with you.
God! Wow!
You know, I think it's absolutely disgusting.
I do. Why do we got to always humble everybody? Access. I want a complete team. What QB is going to do anything behind Andre James, broke up Miller and company? Bro, look, I'm going to be honest with you. Colton Miller's fine. He's good to go. Jackson Powers-Johnson's good to go. Jordan Meredith is good to go. DJ Glaze is a decent young player. You might have to go in free agency and add a guard and maybe a right tackle. This line can get it together very, very quickly. Very quickly, guys. I think you guys are underestimating a few things, right? I think that with coaching and better coaching, you get a better result out of players with a lot of potential, right? So I'm expecting a huge turnaround with his offensive line. I think that Andre James might be the guy that might have to go, right? Now, Andre James being from UCLA, I think Chip has a little familiarity with him, but Andre James is not the answer, man. I think Andre James will work out better somewhere else, and I think you got to run with JPJ, man. My guy, Ty Davis, exactly. We don't have an O-line to protect him. Yo, but who says we can't get it, though, Ty? You guys get these, like, tropes and these ideas and say, well, we don't have this and we don't have that. That's what free agency and the draft is for. That's what bringing in a whole new regime and a new scheme is for. Like, have some faith. And Aaron Rodgers is powered by who? Aaron Rodgers is powered by Shroomies. That's who he's powered by. Yo, my guy, Stafford for 50? Hell no. Darnold for 40? Hell no. So who then, James? Oh, let me go. Spytek interview made it sound like he wants a running back who is a bruiser like Cam Scatterboo. Look, I think Cam Scatterboo is the biggest. I think Cam Scatterboo is been. I think he is a creation of Raider Nation. I do. Like, Cam Scatterboo is a very good young player, right? But there are probably 8 other running backs in this draft who are much better than Cam Scatterboo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And Arkansas, you better stop with your crap. So I pause with all the cocky quarterbacks. Arkansas, you love that talk. Love it. My guy, Raider Rash. We still got Jamarcus Russell PTSD wasted. Brady did not come here to be mediocre. The Raiders stock is rising. You damn right. You damn right. You are damn right. But guys, look, I want to ask you guys something. So we sit up here, we talk about all of this stuff, right? Now, this is the thing. Ollie Gordon Jr., if you can get him sober. Yeah, I love Ollie Gordon Jr. You guys know. I'm a big Ollie Gordon guy, right? There is a lot. No, and see, that has nothing to do with it. Don't put that on me, bro. Cam Scatterboo is nice, but I'm just saying there are other guys like a Marion Hampton and guys like that. These guys, yo, both of the kids, Henderson, all of these kids from Ohio State, you got some running backs, man. You got some running backs in this draft, man. You got some running backs in this draft, and I'm not talking about Austin Genty either. You got some guys. I'm telling you, man. Everybody just keeps saying Cam Scatterboo, man. But I'm telling you that there is a shitload of guys out there, man, that you can get in the 3rd round, the 4th round. Like Hampton, Caleb Johnson, Dylan Sampson from Tennessee. Love that kid. Nice. Super nice. Krishan Jukins, bruiser. 4'9" guy. Big dude, man. 6 foot. 225. Bashar Smith. I mean, Cam Scatterboo's one of them. He one of them ones too. I mean, there was a lot of guys out there, man. Foxy, the media following the same narrative. They have the Raiders passing on Shedeur. They don't know. I'm gonna wait. Look, I'm not gonna go out there and be pontificating. I'm gonna tell y'all how I feel about it. I am a guy. I am open. I don't have this sorry, shoulder bothered me. I don't have this one size fits all policy when it comes to how to turn things around here with the Raiders. I don't. That's why I can come on every day and we could talk about different ways that this can get fixed. We could talk about different routes to get to where we're all trying to be, right? Look, Matthew Stafford's under center for the Raiders, under a good contract. I am happy. I'm ecstatic. Aaron Rodgers is under center for the Raiders. I'm ecstatic. Shedeur Sanders is under center for the Raiders week 1. I'm ecstatic. Cam Ward's under center for the Raiders. I'm ecstatic. If the Raiders go get another vet and get Jackson Dart and sits him, I'm happy with that. If we have Justin Fields with Chip Kelly, I'll wait and see how that works out. We have Russell Wilson. I'm not so happy. Like, that's where I'm at. We have Will Howard under center. I'll take the wait and see approach. But look, man, you cannot take a one size fit all policy with such a fluid situation, guys. You can't. Now, Sam Darnold is the situation where there's a lot of people who are open to that. But that to me is the worst case scenario for me. Unless you bring Kevin O'Connell with him to call the plays, I'm kind of cool. And look, I got a lot of faith for Chip Kelly. But it's just something about Sam Darnold that just seems a little fool's goldish to me. So, look, this is the thing, man. Let's get into some other shit here, man. Let's get into some other crap. Now, let's talk about the Raiders possibly moving up. So there's rumors of the Raiders moving up, right? And we talked about this earlier in the show. And they think that, it keeps going on who said it, whatever, right? But, there's rumors that Joe Schoen and the Giants and that the New York Jets are thinking about moving up too, right? They're listen, man, this is one of the weirdest drafts I've ever seen because this is the first time where you have people at the top of the draft that need a quarterback that might say, we don't really want one of these guys. See, the thing that nobody's saying is that everybody thinks that next year is the draft you want to actually have that number one pick in. Next year is the draft. Next year is the draft where all of the guys are coming out. Those are the ones you're going to want to take. I think a lot of these teams are secretly saying that, hey, we're not really that concerned about winning this year. I really believe that. I think moving up is not going to be as steep of a price as it normally is. That's why you're hearing so many trade rumors. This is why you're hearing so many trade rumors. Now, you got people even talking about Pete Carroll going out there and reuniting with Russ, right? And, people asked about it today. They said, man, could the Raiders possibly bring in Russell Wilson, his former quarterback, and how their relationship is? And Pete Carroll said, you'll be surprised how much we still all communicate, Carroll said. He goes, we still communicate. We watch each other. So it's been really fun to watch the guys. He goes, at the Pro Bowl, Wilson talked about the rumors of him leaving for the Raiders, but he brushed it off instead of focusing on returning to the Steelers. He says, I'm looking forward to hopefully going back to the Steelers. Now, listen, I think if the Raiders go out and bring in Russell Wilson, I said this earlier, it's an abject mistake, bro. Abject mistake. I don't think that that's something that Chip Kelly is going to be interested in. And I don't think that's something that, people forget that there was a very, very tumultuous situation between Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson tried to get Pete fired. He can take the high road all he wants, but I know Pete Carroll never forgot about that. You're my guy, Raider for Chris. So what's wrong with a cocky and confident QB? Absolutely effing nothing, bro. Nothing. I don't know what the F these people are talking about. I really don't. Really effing don't, man. But look, man, there's been a lot going on today, man. But the one thing that I got from all of this, man, John Spytek pretty much saying that they're definitely going and bringing Maxx back in if they can, and I think Spytek is pumping the brakes. He's leaving himself an out because you never know. This situation is fluid, right? Where there's smoke, there's fire. We don't know how Maxx is going to deal with this on his end. The Raiders can offer him a contract, and he can still, in his infinite wisdom, one out. You never know. But I don't think that's going to happen. And yo, there's news. Graphics in the place. Yo, training camp will be back in Napa in California. Awesome. That is awesome, awesome news, yo. I gotta try to get up out there, man. I gotta try to get out there to Napa, man. We are back home, baby. Last year's QB draft has surprised a lot of people. Nobody expected him to be that good. There's a few gems coming out of this draft, but there's some who are staying and got something to prove. There's going to be a lot of young quarterbacks in 2026, man. A lot of young quarterbacks. And I'm telling you right now, this is the reason why I think the Raiders, this is their year. I think if they're going to go and get a rook, they got to go get that rookie and put him in the best situation possible. So he's one of the better young quarterbacks in the National Football League. There's always one that comes out. There's always one, right? And I think that if you go and you solve the quarterback situation with the Raiders, we're right at the precipice of being a winning organization. I think that if you do the right thing this year, you don't have to even look at what's going on next year. I really do. I really do. Yeah, my man Grab. My mom and aunts went to high school there. I'm hyped to be back home. That's dope, man. That's dope. My guy, Ty Davis. I honestly think we should attack the O-line first. So, Ty, I think that if you're asking me, and let's transition into this. If you're asking me how I would approach the offseason, right? If you're asking me, right? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Get wasted with your brother, wasted. Tell a friend and tell a friend. This stream is powered by BetUS as always, right? We're in. Look, and we're going to get back to the Napa Valley situation. We'll get back to that. But if you're asking me how I am approaching free agency, right? I am signing 2 offensive linemen. First and foremost, I'm signing 2 offensive linemen, first and foremost. Yo, listen. LV Maxim is sounding like the chubby chaser he is. I want the big, nasty, thick frames. Pause. But no pausing at all. Trying to tell you right now, LV Maximus, there's a lot of men out there that feel the same way. But they talk about the ladies, LV. That F up out of here. Right? So, look. I am signing 2 offensive guards right off the bat. Right off the bat. And I'm addressing the quarterback position in free agency. Let's start there. I'm also addressing the linebacker position in free agency and adding to that positional group in the draft. Let's start there. Let's start there. I think if you go there and you start addressing the situation from that perspective, right? You sign 2 linemen. That right off the bat, you're solidified. Colt Miller still has a lot of football left in him. JPJ is a budding star at his position. Jordan Meredith is a starter and high-end depth piece. DJ Glaze is looking all the parts of a young starter. If you get two offensive linemen, you might go get a right tackle. You can go get 2 guards. If you get a Mekhi Becton or someone like that, man, let me tell you something. That right there just solidified whomever you put under center at quarterback. And that also just solidified whomever you bring in as running back. Right? So I start there. Then I address the quarterback from a 2-prong approach. I bring in a vet and I draft one. Now, which vet and which quarterback I bring in basically is based off of what my plan is and plan of attack in the draft. Now, if I have my mind's eye set on Cam or Shedeur, they're probably going to be the starter, right? But then you want to address and back them up and support them with a guy who has played in this league and played a lot in this league, right? So then you bring in a nice backup that if need be, if he struggles, i.e. what Carolina did with Andy Dalton, you can bring in this guy and he's won games in his league and you don't miss a beat, right? Then you might want to keep an Aiden O'Connell on the roster, or maybe you might want to draft 2 quarterbacks. Maybe you know, you want to go and take a guy like a Dylan Gabriel as well, right? Just, you know, kind of do what the Washington Redskins did when they drafted RG3 and Kirk Cousins. So now, but if I go get Matthew Stafford, now if I'm drafting a developmental quarterback. I'm drafting a guy that can hold that clipboard I can develop in real time, right? And it all depends on how I go about it. Now, when we talk about the wide receiver position, I'm addressing that in the draft. I'm addressing that in the draft. There are a lot of young ball players out there, man, that nobody's talking about. There are a lot of young ball players that nobody's out there talking about. Like, look, there's a kid that I've got my eye on. He's from TCU. His name is Savion Williams, man. Savion Williams is 6'5". He's 225. Texas kid. Beast. Absolute beast. Savion, Isaiah Bond is another guy. Like, Walt yesterday, when I was talking about the draft, shout out to Old Man Walt. Old Man Walt was saying this draft isn't good, and he's out of his effing mind. Out of his mind. Walt, next time you come in here, you're going to get blocked for 10 minutes. You effing bum. My guy, Flores Plunkett, with the $2 bomb. Wasted. What do you think about get the F out of here? The F out of here with your crap, Flores Plunkett. Get out of here. Get out of here with your crap. I'm not reading that nonsense. I'll block you with your crap. Big Mike Raider is in the place. Yo, Ricky White, the third, it's a beast. Yo, what up? What up, Big Mike? How you been, man? Top of the afternoon to you. Big Mike Raider. Mr. Rogers in the place, man. If the Raiders get Stafford and Sanders, is there at 6, would you still draft? Okay, if the Raiders get Stafford and Sanders there at 6, would you still draft him? That's tough because it depends on who's behind him, right? So, and it depends on, you know, what I'm planning on doing in free agency, right? I probably wouldn't. I probably would go BPA, Mr. Rogers, because I have a high-end quarterback, right? And I have so much money allocated to that position. I wouldn't want a guy like Shedeur and Stafford because Shedeur is an alpha dog. Stafford's an alpha dog. I would take advantage of the fact that I have a star quarterback that has got it done at a high level, Super Bowl winning quarterback in my locker room. And I would probably venture to go and try to capitalize on having a young developmental quarterback on a rookie deal and kind of getting blessed from having that guy. Because if I'm going to keep Stafford for 2 years, about 2 years, the kid will be ready to rock and roll. And if the guy's any good from getting developed by Stafford, I'll have him on a cheaper deal. And plus, you know, if I get a guy in the lower rounds and stuff like that, maybe I'll be able to, you know, give him some money and extend him a little bit and keep him playing for lower below market value, especially if he's a good quarterback, right? My guy Navman, we will do what we always do, regardless of free agency and the draft. We will support the nation in every way, nation till the death and beyond. That is a effing fact. My God, dropping jewels on his Nav, man. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. My guy, Trevor Merrill. Go get Rodgers and his running back, Jones. We have 10 picks. Spytek and Carroll go hard in the later rounds. Wait, so how do you feel if Rodgers wants Adams? I have no problem. Look, bro, Devontae Adams has never done anything to me wrong. I don't like the way he went out. If he's willing to come here and recalibrate his mind, and you know, it depends, man. It depends on where his mindset is, man. Because it's hard to say no to a player like Adams, but I don't really know whether or not the guys in the locker room have animus towards him. I'd have to see what the guys in the locker room felt about him. I'd have to see that. I'd have to see, you know, where his mindset is, what he expects. Now, I don't think everybody just kind of put those two guys together. I think that they got back together with the Jets and it didn't work. And when he was here with us, it didn't work. So I think that Devontae Adams are going to probably try to go get to the Rams or the Chargers or something like that. I really believe that. I believe he might even go back to Green Bay. Just getting in for the day, bro. Shout out to my folks in the chat. Shout out to Big Mike Raider. Ty Davis. Jacoby is wide receiver number 1. I can see it. What's your thoughts? No. I think Jacoby is a guy that has a lot of talent. I think he is a high-end 1B kind of wide receiver. But the one thing that Jacoby Myers doesn't have is he doesn't have that gear to take the top off of the defense. And that's something that most number 1 wide receivers, whether it's through route running or their sure athleticism, they have that one-of-one. When you have me matched up on one of your corners, I'm going to win 8 out of 9 times. The guys like Tyreek Hill, you know, the guys like Devontae Adams, probably Justin Jefferson, all these guys, when they're covered with one guy, it's damn near impossible, right? I don't see that from Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers is slow and steady, man. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Listen, I'm okay with Jacoby Myers being his right. You got to keep a guy like that there. But when you talk about him being wide receiver number 1, Ty, I don't see that, brother. I don't see that. I definitely think you got to bring somebody in to definitely do that. You know what I mean? And yo, Graf said, report just came out. They want to play together with the Rams. Who, him and Aaron? They might, and God bless them, right? But see, this is the thing that people aren't looking at, right? There's the Rams, and then there's Matthew Stafford, right? Then you have a situation where you have a Puka Nacua, you have a Jared Verse, and you have a lot of young players in that Rams roster that need to get paid. So are they coming in for a discount, right? And what is Sean McVay's plan at quarterback? Because you got a really young roster there that can have some sustained winning in the NFC West, right? Bringing in an Aaron Rodgers kind of delays and stops the bleeding. But I think that the Rams are probably going to try in their infinite wisdom to address that quarterback position differently. I do. You know, I don't see them moving off of an old quarterback that they feel is not lining up with the ideals of what's going on in the organization to go out and go get a guy that's 5 years older. I don't personally see that. See, I think with the Raiders, it is a very unique situation because you got to marry the old quarterback with the old coach and the win now kind of mentality, and you go forward. And God we trust. Definitely don't want Adams back. Too much of a cancer in the locker room. And God we trust. And you could be right? The thing with the Devontae Adams situation, and I'm not a big Devontae guy. Like, since he's been here, and I think it's that Netflix series. Devontae Adams, he's not my kind of Raider, right? But if they brought him back and he could be productive and keep his mouth shut, that's a big if. Then I'm not going to totally shit on the move. If I had it my way, would I rather they draft somebody? I am a guy, I don't like paying wide receivers big free agent money. I hate that shit because if you don't have a quarterback in place, it's all for naught. For what, right? I would rather get a wide receiver on the upswing and let him get his contract somewhere to FLs. I'm sorry. I superstar wide receivers in free agency are cancers to me. I can't stand it. The only time I've ever really seen it working out in a big way is Jerry Rice. That's it. I agree with you most times, but no way on DA. He quit on us once. Listen, Rusty Corte, I'm not saying that I want Devontae Adams. What I'm saying is that, I'm not going to just totally say no to anything. I'm not going to totally say, like, bro, I am totally, listen, you guys can say I'm not standing for nothing this episode. Great. I'm going to tell y'all something. My mind is completely open. I'm willing to sit and listen to anybody who wants to help improve the Raiders. That is how desperate wasted talent is right now. I am desperate to see a Super Bowl. I'm desperate. I can't stand Devontae Adams, right? But if I get Aaron Rodgers on the cheap and the guys in the locker room was okay with it and he begged and he came and he apologized to the nation, I'd think about it. 9 times out of 10, I'd probably say no. But would I think about it? Yeah. This is not an Antonio Clown situation, right? I don't, I am not a huge Devontae guy. Do I ever really want him back? Do I give him respect? Do I have a Devontae Adams jersey? No. But my mind is open to a lot of this stuff. I'm sorry. And my thing is that it has to be 100% when you start talking about the pros and the cons of Devontae Adams, right? You start talking about the pros and the cons of that deal. It has to be 100% in the Raiders' favor. Now, do I see this happening? Hell no. Do I see it happening? No. But it have to be the Raiders have to win 100%. Contractually, he'd have to come here and grovel, and he'd have to, go take his effing Taco Bell and shove it. The F he'd have to do. But listen, for me, I am not a big free agent wide receiver guy. I don't like bringing in big-time free agents. Am I into bringing in guys like Jacoby Meyer? Am I into bringing in guys like Michael Crabtree, who is not a star wide receiver, he's a good wide? I'm into bringing in good wide receivers in free agency. I am not into bringing in superstars because for whatever reason, it don't work here with the Raiders. Paul Raider, bro, everybody says that. Why would Josh McDaniels come here to destroy the Raiders to never get another head coaching job in life? What kind of sense does that make? What kind of sense does that make? The F wrong with you, man. Yo, my guy, Nav, man. Raider Nation Unlimited feature waste time. Gotta respect the shield. If not, gotta beat it. Say bye, Felicia. And listen, when you start talking about Devontae Adams, there's only one real DA. And it's my man, OG DA. The real DA. Get the F up out of here, Devontae Adams. We talk about a Raider that go back to Daryl LaMonica. Shout out to my guy, OG DA. It's my brother. What you mean I'm slacking today? Rorschach, where he says, at Waste, I thought every time you go live, you always got new fly gear on. What? What's wrong with what I got on today? I'm slacking. The F are y'all talking about? Y'all don't like my shirt? Y'all don't like this? God is dope, faithful. It's a message in what I wear sometimes. Y'all don't like that? God is dope. You've never seen this before. You ain't seen this from me. I know you never saw this from me, bro. You've never seen me wear this before. 100% you've never seen me wear this before. You know why I've never worn this before? Because I just got it. The F up out of here, Rorschach. I mean, what do you want me to do? You want me to stop the episode and go into my extensive closet and show you some style? The F up out of here with your crap. Crazy, man. Hating on the gear, man. Crazy. I mean, I put this hoodie on in honor of my brother Stuart Schwager and what he's going through, and with losing his mom, and you know what I'm saying. At times like this, man, all you have is your relationship with God. Mark Salter said, "God gave me a new kidney. He is great." Yo, I don't mean to start preaching up here, man. But I'm telling you right now, man, that it just made me think. It made me think how wonderful God is. It made me think how blessed I am. It made me feel about, because when I hear people go through things, I put myself in their shoes, right? And I also think about the inevitability of life and what life is about. I start thinking, right? And I'm like, man, yo, I'm blessed. I am blessed. My family's blessed. You know what I'm saying? My heart goes out to my brother. And I'm going to be honest with you, bro. It made me start thinking, bro. I said, man, thank God. So that's why I put that shirt on today. This is why. And congratulations to Mark Salter. I don't want to just glaze over the fact that my brother Mark Salter got a new kidney. Salute to you, brother. Thank God that you got a new kidney, man. Salute to you, bro. For real. For really, bro. That is amazing, bro. Shout out to you. Shout out to my guy, Big Mike Raider. MTV Cribs Red Nation did this to start wasting talent. We need it. Get the F up out of here. Big Mike, get out of here. He said, wasted. Where's my butter Tim's? Man, get up out of here. Yo, you want me to see you some butt? What size Tim's you need, brother? Yeah, but nah, man. They said, nah, leave wasted alone. With that beard, he is literally true silver and black. Shout out to y'all, man. Yo, shout out to the great and powerful Tuna. What y'all talking about? Wait, what Tuna? What happened? I know nothing happened to Bill Parcells, right? Man, get the F up out of here, man. The F up out of here. Yeah, but no, look, guys. I think we belabored the point here, bro. Oh, Brandon, I don't, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. If Brandon Jasper passed away, rest in peace to him. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know who Brandon Jasper is, but rest in peace to him, yo. I'm from what I understand, he's a guy that's down there at Chat Sports. I don't really mention a lot of other cats. I don't want to, but shout out to him, bro. He was a great Raider fan. Shout out to Brandon Jasper, bro. If he's a great Raider fan, man, then that's a loss for the nation. It's a loss for us all. Rest in peace to him, y'all. Shout out to him, man. Rest in paradise, man. I'm sorry to hear what happened. I don't really know what happened, but rest in paradise to that brother, man. But look, guys, I think we've been belaboring the point here. Been rambling on. I've been on Soapbox all show. We talked about John Spytek. We talked about Pete Carroll. We pontificated about the quarterback situation like we've been doing all week. Guys, look, I'm going to be honest with you. We're going to watch the combine. We're going to be doing shows about the combine this week. This is what I'm focused on. I'm going to be dropping shorts about some of the guys I want us to pick. I want to start focusing on the future, guys. I don't look, the quarterback stuff, it is what it is till it ain't. But what I want you guys to get acquainted with is some of these players that are coming out in this draft. I want to smarten some of you guys up. That's what I want to do. So that's what I will be doing. That's what our shows will be about. We're going to have Raider news, rumors, all that stuff, right? We're going to be rocking and rolling over here. But what I am going to start doing, I am going to start dropping shorts about certain players, right? I got a short that's ready to roll, right? And it is on a cornerback named Tommy Hill. It will be dropping tonight. We're going to be rocking and rolling, guys. I hope that you guys were entertained. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Love every single one of y'all. Rest in peace to Stu Schweiger's mom. Rest in peace to Brandon Jasper, right? Big Mike has the gout. I just want y'all to know that. Big Mike right now is sipping cherry juice slow right now. But listen, y'all. Have a great and powerful night. I'm going to get out of here. This stream is powered by BetUS. BetUS, y'all. 150% bonus on your first deposit. 125% bonus on your next two deposits up to $2,000. Using YouTube code 150. There's none better and none greater than BetUS. And we are out of here like yesterday, man. And guys, listen, just remember something. This is a little wasted word of wisdom, y'all. Hug your family. Appreciate your family. Love your children. Love your life. And don't put off anything you got to do as far as when it comes to loving your family, talking to your family, embracing your family. You're going to see your family. Go out there and do it today because you might not get the chance to do it tomorrow, y'all. And guess what? On the way out with the $2 smackaroonie, you say pontificate. Stephen A. Smith is in the house. Listen, bro. I am way, way more loquacious than that, brother. But shout out to y'all, man. But look, I'm going to get up out of here, man. That's the wasted word of wisdom for the day, man. We're going to get out of here, man. Y'all enjoy y'all night, man. I'm gone.